In his first big novel, The Sun Also Rises, a central part of the story takes place in Pamplona, Spain, during the festival of San Fermin, which includes the now famous Running of the Bulls. And back in the 1920s, Running of the Bulls looked something like this. But thanks in large part to Hemingway, it has grown to look like this. And I wanted to talk to two people I knew who had been there.
Say salad fork?
I thought of Mr. D. We met Samuel Di Lorenzo about 10 years ago when we were shooting a documentary on refugees. He was teaching English at the city's International Welcome School and now teaches in the Rockwood district. I remembered that he'd told me he had been to Pamplona for the fiesta when he was a college student in Spain.
Well, I mean, people talked about it the whole year, and I was a Hemingway fan, and I had read a number of books. But I guess, a lot of my friends were huge Hemingway fans, and they had talked about it a great deal.
So for me, it was really more about what I'd heard in class and what I've heard.
I also got in touch with my 9PBS coworker, Megan Grisolano. She also studied in Spain, married a Spaniard, and now splits her time between St. Louis and Madrid. And as a student, she too went with her now husband Alejandro to Pamplona. And by then, they were letting women run with the bulls.
No temptation whatsoever to run with the bulls. I could safely watch from the sidelines.
But Sam Di Lorenzo did not go to Pamplona to be a spectator.
I was expecting wearing all white with my red sash and my rolls of newspapers, swatting the bulls in the head, and maybe coming back to St. Louis and telling everyone how I, ran with the bulls and was victorious. Something very Hemingway-like and heroic.
And I just wanted to be a part of that spectacle because I knew that it was pretty wild. We didn't plan this out ahead, enough. There were no rooms available, so we had to get there very early. Drove at 5 a.m, and we get there, and it's about 7 a.m, and we can see people sleeping on the streets. The town is just trashed.
I didn't plan that well, so I didn't have a hotel. And I made the poor choice of sleeping in the park because the following day I was planning on running with the bulls. And the problem was that I got robbed that night of my camera, my Pentax K1000, and all my rolls of film, and all my items except for my money and my passport. And they stole my shoes too. So I was there with everyone. I was ready to go with my new used shoes and all my courage.
So there are actually professional runners that have kind of, patrocinadores, so people who pay to, support them as they train for this. And then you have your kind of tourists who come in and are like, yeah, I can do it, who haven't been training for years. It's just totally packed. So, if it's not the bull trampling over someone, it's other people stumbling.
But, walking up there, I learned of this guy from Illinois who was killed. And I just thought, geez, that's scary, and the drunkenness and the new shoes and the death of this guy, I thought, I'm just going to put my feet down there in the street, touch my feet to the ground. And that was it for me. I would love to tell you I ran with the bulls, but I was too chicken. I was too scared.
Maybe too smart.
I think the problem was a lot of the folks from all around the world there wanting to do the same thing as me. Maybe they ruined everything. I don't know, but it was very chaotic.
And it's all over between 2 and 4 minutes. And we were just waiting in the ring because that's where it ends. Just kind of taking it all in because I just wanted to see what it was all about.
One could argue that the Hemingway experience is not really about running with the bulls, but drinking in the cafes, the fiesta, the party, and of course, bullfights. Both Sam and Megan have attended bullfights with mixed feelings.
And I look back and it was barbaric and it was wrong in so many ways, but the colors and the majesty and the theatrics of the whole thing were just beautiful.
It's more something I wanted to learn more about because it is a part of the culture, as I'd heard from professors and friends. But yes, it's a very, controversial subject.
In Spain, there are protests in places that have banned bullfighting, and there's opposition as well to the running of the bulls. To a great extent, both are kept alive by tourists and their money. And in Pamplona, that can be traced back to Ernest Hemingway. There's a statue of him in town, another bellying up to a local bar. You could say he put Pamplona on the map, but what Hemingway really did was put Pamplona on a lot of bucket lists.
So many influences that, drew my attention to Pamplona. I just couldn't resist having that be the culmination before I came back to St. Louis after a year of being in Spain.
For Living St. Louis, I'm Jim Kirchner.